Okay, it is the 24th of Beltane of Sumrod. Now, the last week of the month of Beltane, of Adventure Tide. In the past week, there was some different weather that moved in, including some rain. It was cold about a couple weeks ago, unseasonably cold, but a warm front has moved in, and since the rain has come in now, there's a deep fog bank that has rolled in off the coast. Maybe a maritime layer that's actually just hanging there all along the coast. And visibility has dropped down to just a mile. When you look outside, you just see fog. You were all together on the night before, May the 23rd of Beltane, what would be Tuesday. It's 63 degrees outside, and the lows at night have been down at 50 degrees, and there have been no wind as this fog bank has just sat and sat. You expect that tomorrow it'll probably be the same. And next week we'll end the Wednesday game, and we'll just have Mondays. So you'll have the choice each week of whether or not you want to meet at and do your adventure planning at the Hound's Lodge, or if you want to do it at the Bristleback Inn, and there'll be kind of pros and cons to each. But tonight, this week, the Hounds have already met, and you've already gained the benefit of that. So, tonight, we'll start at the Bristleback Inn. Which for me is starting to feel like a second home anyway. This feels like home, the Bristleback Inn does. Mm-hmm. And as usual, in the past season, it has become a very busy place. There are all sorts of workers here, drinking in the night. There are here, there's another group, clearly amateur adventurers. They do not approach you. But when you look over and gain their attention every once in a while, you'll get a raised tankard in your honor. Everyone here regards you with a bit of fear and trepidation, if also respect and admiration. And in the past week, no adventurers have come to ask to join you. You do, however, have one person that you know that, and I can't remember who did it, but somebody paid him a very large sum of money. And despite the horrors of what he saw, because he did see people hewn down by giant mutated spiders, brainy, an experienced soldier, he is available for hire. The other members of his party have all died, but for enough gold, and he demands an equal share, he will accompany you.
Does he have a horse?
He does not.
I mean, if we get any... Yeah, they're going to slow us down if we get anybody without a horse.
I was going to ask about that. Can we roll for 1-3 horses, or is that...
Actually, I think that that the horses are going to come on Monday, and that will be the need for steed. It will be the full amount for a month. So however many horses you get, and I have the amount here, but that'll come on Monday.
Okay.
Also, food is much more expensive right now. Further bad news. So, is anyone, since last session, has anyone stayed at the inn? Like,
I have been.
Okay.
Kayden stays at the church.
Okay. So, basically, you can triple your food prices. Because the people procuring food. Food supplies have been disrupted.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take care of that after a while.
Yeah.
So for those staying at the Bristleback Inn, it would be 21 gold pieces for the past week.
Ooh.
All right.
And then,
Sorry, how much is the horse as well?
yeah, that's 2 silver pieces per day, so that's 1.4. Now, that food does not increase, so it's 1.4, 1 gold piece and 4 silver pieces for the week. For one horse, for each horse or mule. And then
Does it cost any extra to house the wagon?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
And then if you have dogs, or if you're staying at the Hound's Lodge, or if you're a cleric, you should have whatever calculation I gave you. You'll just triple that for the week. It's buying food is what the cost is.
Okay. So Ross, Bera's ward Uba, I think you said her name was Eubah. He's paying for a separate room for her in the inn, so everything, it's all doubled. So as far as he lets her live her life however she wants, but all these things. So it's 42 gold for a week for the two of them. Yeah.
Man,
He's
I've
got the money.
2 horses and a mule. You have a dog.
Yeah, I think I gave you the calculations for the dog. I think it's less half of that than a horse, and you can take that plus the horse, 2 horses, you can triple the cost of it, and that's however much you pay for the week. Except if you have your stable, so you don't have to. So it'd be whatever the cost of food is. So you can. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that, but you have a pay. You bought the stable, right? It's owned by the church, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can. It would be 1.5 times the cost because the food is more expensive, but you're not paying Odo.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I think it was 4 silver or something.
It's half, so
I was trying to put it, but it's not pinned.
it should be 7 silver pieces for the week. So, yeah. Anyways, all right. So, anyways, you see these people. You can hire Brainy if you want. He's a level 4 fighter. I have probably you have 2 mercenaries. If you hired any more mercenaries, you would also either need to travel by foot or obtain more horses. Yeah, what do you do, Harold?
Well, does anybody need to buy something else?
I think I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm all full up. I'm good.
if everyone is sure that they don't need anything else, then I'll start arranging the travel.
All right. Very well. So the night passes. And you wake up the next day. Let me change the visibility on this and a couple things. You wake up and the fog bank sits heavy all around you. It's difficult to see where you're going. Just so that you don't get, how to put this, surprised by this, because this actually has not come up. Even with the other group, if I recall correctly, I don't think it came up despite the overland journey. But this map is not actually a primary reference. What I used to do is I used to switch. The original plan was to not have player-facing maps. It was just to have a theater of the mind, like a splat page, and then you just did mapping. But I wanted to share the artwork. I thought it was cool. but it's more of a rough representation, so there is a chance of getting lost. And I just wanted to that's something that can happen. However, if there's anything in the fiction that you remember that you can use and you get it right, just like in the dungeon, that takes precedence over the rules, in my opinion. So,
well, I think Flanagan would have passed off a copy. Maybe whenever anybody goes, he passes off a copy of this parchment with all the writings and scrawlings of the Overland map. So I just put that in Otherworld Adventures as well, which is like our own rough map. I don't know where he gets the blue and red pencil crayons from, but whatever.
Right. Now that's fair game. So if you make a map and you're using it, then if it's true, you can use it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I also had one other unturned stone from last week. We had I don't know if you were there, if you watched the actual play. We had a theory that there is some sort of organized mutant humanoid warbands in the area. We found some heraldry on a warband that we took out last week. Our theory is that they're to the east of the Mouth of Doom, in between the river and that area there.
Oh wow, okay.
That's our theory. It's very, very sparse. There's not much to back it.
They're also the ones that are disrupting the fishing, I believe.
Okay, cool. Well, it's good to mark down anyway.
Some of the stuff I found on them was some of the stuff we found on them was fishing stuff. Stuff belonging to the fishermen.
Cool.
We know.
Okay. So Bara, in the morning, you see, I think probably everybody's seen him around. I don't know if he's really hung out with people much, except maybe talk to Kayden and Alaric and Gerald, rest in peace. And he just kind of shuffles out. He's got like this big, like a burlap sack basically over his body, and he's wearing like sandals that are almost worn right through, like totally not suitable for the climate or anything like that. And he's got, I don't even know if he has staff actually. Probably like a walking stick or something.
I thought Kayden bought him some clothes.
Oh, he's got a staff. You bought him some clothes?
I thought back in Bard's Gate, I don't remember.
Yeah, okay, well, this is what he's wearing. This is his trowel. This is what he's wearing today. He just kind of like nods. His head is kind of down to one side, and he just sort of like looks at you all and kind of waves awkwardly. Looks at Kayden kind of wide-eyed, like, okay, you're here at least. And then he just sort of shuffles into the back of the cart. I can get it. I can get myself. You don't have to help me. You don't have to help. And he just kind of like hops in the back of the cart and sits down.
Nice. All right. So, Harold, where do we go?
So, let's get down to the road, and well, I think maybe we could go the same way as before. Stop in that curve before the woods we set fire to, and then get in there.
Okay. You come to an intersection in the road. A path leads left and then continues on ahead.
Was that there before?
That's a good question. It looks like it is on the map that Flanagan had.
Oh, is that the goat path? Yeah, I think that's what that was.
Is this connection where the fallen statue is, or maybe was?
You do see the delta coming in from the water, from the river here, and there is the remains of the base of what once appears to have been a stone statue.
So we go down to the south, that road that goes southwest, right?
And then there's another intersection that continues to the left, and then one straight ahead.
So So looking at the map, we go south from here, right?
I think that's
I
how we got
believe so.
to Mouth of Doom before.
From hard riding, you travel for it's about 4 or 5 hours along this road. You don't encounter anyone today. It's possible that with what happened along the riverfront recently, some of the work has died down, but also the visibility is poor, and people are wise enough to know not to be out in conditions like this in the Forest of Hope. So the workers, the woodworkers, and the stone workers don't meet anyone along the road. But as you're traveling and you once again get to where this forest is, and then you have this draw with a bald hill on one side and a forested hill on the north side of the draw. Let's see. Harold, roll a d6.
Here we go.
4.
All right.
It's the mutants again. Probably, haven't I?
From the forest, you see figures among the rocks. It looks like they have crude bows and arrows, and it looks like they're about to fire.
Gosh.
What do you do?
Oh, I'll tell everyone to. I'll scream at them to take cover, quick.
Did we want?
Yeah.
What are our mercenaries? Do they have bows, or what are we looking at here?
All your mercenaries are halberdiers. They all have halberds.
Put the wagon behind the rocks, maybe?
All right, you use the wagon for cover. You are gonna hate what's about to happen, I think.
Oh god!
But you did say
What's
this. I'm gonna put a wagon here. I'm also going to put horses on the other side of the wagon.
No. Wait,
Oh
what?
no!
Good thing
Just did
Dan's
that.
not here this
Now,
week.
Yeah, I was just gonna give that.
that being said, what's the plan, Harold? Before we do
We
anything
wouldn't
else.
do that, would we?
Well, I mean, they're with you, and they're horses. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, this side, not the other side. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, you
Putting
wouldn't
the
like.
horses in between us and the bad
I
guys.
No,
was
no,
like,
I'm
wait,
not
wait.
saying that. No, I'm not saying that. Sorry, no, I'm not like saying you're. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Okay, so what's the plan, Harold?
I think maybe we should take cover, let them fire a volley of arrows, and then maybe charge at them.
All right.
There's a lot of them.
So does that
Yeah,
mean the people on horseback are going to dismount and then and run for cover, or do you like dart off into the woods if you're on horseback, to try to get cover that way?
Well, Kayden has a warhorse, so
Finbar also has a warhorse.
we could charge them.
I don't
same
know.
here.
I don't know if that's something that we would like to do. Is this an accurate representation of how many we can see, or is it like a guesstimate?
It is, but you're probably, is it 12? Is it 17? You're
Sure.
not sure, right? But it's
Looks like
that.
a pretty big group from this distance.
Yeah, this seems pretty deadly.
Well,
Like we're
can we get away if we run?
You could try to do that. I think what they would do is they would fire arrows at you as you ran.
we have horses. I mean, that's what it's for, right? Outrunning this kind of thing. I mean, it's Nostromo. I forget your character's name again already.
Harold.
Harold.
Like it's your call. I feel like we're outnumbered 2-1, and like this is where we kind
You
of
don't
like.
have the sleep spell, do you?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Are you trying to rub it in, John?
No, I want to make sure.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
that
have
sucks.
anything useful, man. I don't have anything useful.
I think a big problem we're gonna have if we choose to fight this is we have a lot of ground to cover between us and them, and almost none of us have bows, from my estimation, and they presumably do, just based on their numbers, have at least a few bows.
Yeah, we're gonna get chopped to ribbons.
Yeah, my vote is for skedaddling.
Now, one thing I will say is I will take away half of them being able to fire if you use light. I play with spells like this, like if it's a situation where you're trying to evade. The rules in Swords and Wizardry tell me it's up to me how I deal with evasion.
What if we cast 2 light spells?
Yeah. If you burn 2 light spells, I'll say that it's almost like 2 flashbangs go off, right? And so you're able to cause enough of a distraction and chaos to flee.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, me too.
Sure,
Yeah.
if we sort of
Like
like arrest the horses for a second, and then we see them all, and Barra throws down his pack, and he's just like, okay, and he starts to remember this thing that he's done once before in his life. Maybe he practices it sometimes, and then he, I don't know how this looks in this world, but says these things, and I don't know if you use components or anything like that.
I like to imagine you probably use components. Like, it probably looks real low magic, like you use like something that looks like a flashbang, and
yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
like he's got a bunch.
Where it's Kayden like praise.
Yeah, I think imagine he's actually got like a thing around his neck that's got something in it, and it's like a leather sack, and he's rubbing it and saying these words, and he just hurls it at them, and it goes. There's this big pop and bang.
Is that okay, Nostromo? Is that if they both cast light spells and cause a distraction and they're able to get away? You'll lose 2 spells, right? Like, that's the downside, but
I will now be a torchbearer and dart thrower.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
all right. Yeah, I use I play around with the spells sometimes.
Then the question is, when we get there, do you want to sleep to give our spells back?
It's a good question.
Right.
Let's see here. All right. So, whoops. That is not what I want. I want to actually move it. Here we go. So, once again, now you get to the tree line. It takes another couple of hours to do that, but you make it to the tree line. From where you are, you can only assume the mountain is somewhere on the other side from the poor visibility, but you do see when you leave the road, you're a little off course when you get there, but you can see on the tree line where a portion of the tree line has been burned down and scoured with fire.
Ooh. Is that new? Says
Oh
Barra?
yeah, we did that.
Okay.
Rip in
There were
peace.
spiders.
Cool.
Just the spiders. That explains everything.
So, Harold, what do we do now?
Well, do you guys remember where did we go from here?
I think last week we took the wagon just like directly off the path of the road, so it wouldn't like get run over or cause disturbance or anything like that. But I don't remember us being able to hide it very, very well as far as that goes.
That's the problem, because they know where we went this time.
Oh, should we put it somewhere like different? We took it to the east of the path last time.
And we got 2 mercenaries we were leaving with our horses. They might get ambushed by these guys.
Now, it's worth noting, because I think I don't want to bury this lead in case it is. Maybe I'm stating the obvious. So I hope I'm not wasting time. I hope this is useful information. But just as a reminder, sometimes this map can give you a sense of a small scale. This is actually a huge area. This is 6 miles long here. The forest goes on for almost 10 miles. So, when you left the path, you were probably 2 miles off course from having such poor visibility.
Right. So it'd be hard for them to follow us through
Oh yeah,
this.
they might not even be able to see us through that.
Dude, it might be hard to get to the mouth of Doom. We could get lost at this rate.
I think it's just straight south.
Yeah, well, I guess if we have the landmark of burned forest, we could probably retrace our steps
Yeah.
there. I figure, we probably don't. I guess depending on visibility, we might be able to hide our wagon a little bit better this time. But Finbar, having not grown up with much wealth, is pretty much okay. Like, he's not super attached to material things in general. It'd be a bummer if he lost his warhorse just because it was so expensive and it's an animal. He loves his farm animals, but kind of just wants to get back into it. Hide the wagon away from the path and then dive in head first.
We could set it up behind the behind that ruined house over there.
Well, again, and you could, but just again, that house is a mile.
We'd have to walk a little while. Yeah,
it's a mile and a half away, just so you know.
Yeah, right here is fine then.
And then you would also have to walk, well, the rest of the way, but
yeah.
I think Bara is like a fish out of water with all this stuff. Like when you're saying it's foggy, we could get lost going up there. He's just like, what? Like, what have I got myself into? He's never done this kind of travel off road. He's grown up in a city. He's just completely quiet in all of this and listening to all of you talk.
Yeah, the thing about like people like Bara to me, I think, is that like you would never want to be in this situation. Like people that live in all the different provincial medieval peoples, like in the cities, like there's a reason you live in a city. Like you don't want to go into the wilds where you are convinced there are dark things and monsters. Like
Yeah. This
Plus,
is
that's been confirmed for you. So
exactly.
Yeah, well, let's just set up here then.
All right.
Try to cover it as best we can.
Should we see if we can't get spells back before we go in, or what do you think, Nostromo?
How does that work? How do you regain spells?
We have to sleep all night, I think.
What about we camp inside the tree line?
I'm cool with anything. I mean, I don't feel like personally that one light spell. I think that Bear can be useful enough without that, honestly. But
I think I'm fine without it too.
I have another casting of light myself.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
I have a couple castings of sword. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you guys don't want to camp out. You want to have the two mercenaries guard the horses outside the dungeon, and then you guys head into the woods.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Very well. Okay. The two mercenaries, they say, once again, sir, we'll hold our post no matter what happens. You can count on us.
Thanks, guys.
I'd be like, if you get attacked, take the horses and get back to town. Make it back.
That's kind of a good point.
No way. Never. Brother Kayden, Father Bloombad, we'll never abandon you here. If we come into attack, we'll stand our ground.
You may sing a different tune if you see the spiders. So I don't know, man.
The other guy, because he wasn't here when like all his friends died, and then you got this one guy who's gung ho. He's like, when you mentioned the giant spiders, but anyways, and then you walk off, and you head into the woods.
The fog.
Now I have to do some math.
Just leave them standing there in the fog.
Just an automatic morale check on that one. Yikes.
That went well.
Yeah.
All right. You make it here by evening. And once again, you enter the giant stone demon's mouth and descend down the onyx steps into the bowels of the earth. You get the kind of disorienting sensation that that the feeling of having your feet under you is not entirely as it's supposed to be now. Sometimes spaces seem longer than they should be. It's hard to track time or know how long time is passing. The lantern that the wizard holds sputters, gasps for air down here. But you once again, you are going to the first level, so you exit the stairs and come out into the area with the 6 alcoves.
Okay.
Harold, what do you all do?
Somebody mentioned that you were curious about checking out that door, the magnetic door on that Y intersection.
Yeah, I think if we clear that magnetic door and then that skeleton room, I think that might be everything that we need to do on that direction. Or we can just go straight to the right side because there's a lot of stuff to get into over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What do you all think? I mean, I kind of feel like the magnetic door, unless somebody has a plan for how to deal with it, maybe that's a better one to do, because...
Do you have any ideas?
Not I.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
if not,
I just think nobody wants to try to open it and just ends up getting stuck to a door. That would really suck.
yeah, exactly.
I'm in
Yeah.
play.
Unless you want to do it.
What do you think, Nostromo?
And you also mentioned the skeletons.
Yeah, that's also in that direction there. I don't know. Jay just mentioned that as he was watching the actual play from last week, that there was some unturned stones over there because we fought the jelly and then we just like skadoodled.
Yeah. There's there may have been two doors. Like, I don't know. I just was in the artwork.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that might be a valuable place. Like, there's, I don't know, also dangerous. Like, there's skeletons, stone skeletons coming out of the walls. What's that all about?
Yeah, there's some weird stuff in there.
Yeah.
It might be worth a check, but it's up to you, obviously.
You go, Harold.
I'd say we check out this place with the skeletons.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Which direction do you all go?
Now, we never found a way to pull that palisade up, did we? That
No, we didn't.
Okay. So we'd have to go around it.
I mean, we can try to pull it up by hand, but
There's also that. Isn't there a pit there, or did I mismap it? I don't know.
yeah.
No, there is something suspicious there that we confirmed last week as well. Something with the floor. I don't know if we ever checked it because the palisade shut on us.
Yeah, it connects to the big room there.
Yeah. We should probably just go around it, I guess.
Harold, what direction do you want to go in?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking north, and then the southwest through the diagonal hallway.
Okay. The first thing that happens, if you head north, come around the staircase, you come to a door with a long hallway. You can see at the end of your lantern light that this hallway opens into a large room. Where do you go from here?
Keep on going north.
Okay. And I believe the base movement rate of the group is 9, is the lowest one, is that right? Probably Father Bloombad?
Me too.
And, oh, okay. Alright, the next thing that happens is you come into a room. You can see here in the corner of this room, it's just a bare square room that's large, but you can see where the wall is hollowed out and crumbling in the southeast corner. In the northwest corner, there's I believe this is 20 feet wide. No,
Did we open that up there?
there's a 10-foot wide hallway that continues on to the northwest. And then finally, there's a diagonal hallway to the southwest.
Didn't we break that wall open?
To the eastern wall there.
Yeah, I thought we broke it open.
Yeah, I think there's a secret door that was open in the eastern wall there, right, Ross?
When you look at the wall here, you can see how a portion of the wall has crumbled. There's debris that and soot and dirt and stone and pebbles that cover the floor.
Yeah, we went through there.
Yeah, that should lead to the sarcophagus room, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Do we need to tear it down again, or is it still...
That's not the direction we need to go, though, I think. I think we need to go southwest.
Well, I was just wondering if somebody rebuilt that wall.
Oh.
I think the virtual tabletop just doesn't have those until he reveals them, though.
Okay.
And that's what we're being confused about.
Okay, so Harold, down to the southwest. Is that you're thinking?
Yes.
Very well. Let me do some math here because I kind of lost track of it. If I move this, that. Okay. 37. You come to a Y intersection, diagonal hallway that's a narrow 7 feet wide and one that's 10 feet going south. To the north is a door. In front of the door is a pair of boots for a small person and a metal gauntlet.
Is there something stuck to the door? I can't remember what they threw at it last time.
If I recall correctly, someone threw a stone and it stuck, and it is still stuck.
Yeah.
We also threw some water on it, which slowly dribbled down, slower than it ought to have.
Right.
Our theory is that either the door is in some way magnetic, but to everything, or that there's some force on the other side that's pulling through the door in some way. That was my theory anyway. I don't.
Did we try to move the boots at all?
Kind of rude. Kayden.
I don't
Somebody
think so.
else's property.
Well, yeah, but that's...
Barrow will pick up a boot and look at it.
Are they
looking-
your size, Myra?
Well, I don't. I look a bit small, I think.
Can
Too
we
bad.
actually... We just pick it up?
Yeah, I pick up a boot. Oh God, Ross is already reading. Is this? Do I pick up the boot successfully, Ross?
Roll for boot.
Yeah. Boot save.
Indeed, except there is no save. You step forward to grab the boot. Your hand closes around the boot, and you try to lift it, and it's stuck. And you try to let go, and your hand, you can't get it off.
Oh no.
And your foot, you notice, is stuck near the boot where you stepped near the boot. And now your foot is stuck on the floor, and your hand is stuck on the boot. And the boot is stuck on the floor.
I'm sorry.
I'm stuck. Yeah, I can't move.
Have you tried moving?
I'm trying.
I'm gonna grab him and try to pull him.
All right, you
I don't let him touch me.
you
might
tell-
get stuck.
Okay, yeah.
Use
Oh,
rope
okay.
or something. Use rope.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, is there anything to tie one end of the rope onto so that, because it appears to affect inanimate objects as well as animate objects. So if you throw a rope to him but you're holding the rope, won't you still get as stuck as if you just touched him?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm gonna throw a stone at him and see if it sticks.
You throw a
Just
rock
start
at
throwing
him.
stones at the humpback.
I'm
Bad
dead. You
idea.
Yeah.
See if the stone sticks to me.
take 1 damage. You take 1 subdual damage as he throws a rock at you.
I didn't
This
throw
is
it that
for your
hard.
own good. Yeah, it's subdual damage.
This is totally Barris. Why does this always happen to Barra? Why does?
Does it stick?
It does not stick. It,
Oh, okay, see? Hey.
Why'd you do that, Kayden? This is bullshit. You didn't tell me this is what it was gonna be.
We can
This
throw a
isn't the
rope
deal.
around him. We can pull a rope around him and try to pull him.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Who has rope? I don't have one.
I have
No, I
plenty
do.
of
I
rope.
do have one. I do have one.
Okay, you put a rope around him, secure it next to him. You all pull. Let's see.
You rip his arm off.
Say, wait. Before you start, go slowly, and I'll tell you if it starts to hurt, and stop if it starts to hurt.
Okay.
You start to pull, and you get the sensation, Bara, that you feel like you're about to get the skin from your feet, wait a second, what kind of shoes do you have?
Sandals that are almost worn through.
So Yeah, you just probably slip and come out of the sandal and are off, and now the only thing stuck is your arm, right? Because you had your foot, so like your arm is stuck to the boot, and then they've got like something they're pulling on you, and you feel like it's gonna rip your hand off, like it's gonna rip the skin off your hand.
Okay, so my hand is touching the boot, and the boot, I can't let go of the boot.
Now your sandal is still stuck on the floor, but your foot was not stuck on the sandal, so...
Why is my hand stuck to the boot then?
Yeah, but when you grab the boot, the
stupid.
boot was stuck, and now it's just like... It's like anything, like if I take something like this, you could also just... Well, never mind, I'm not going to say it, but like this, just imagine it's a boot, and your hand is just like stuck to it. You can't get your hand off this boot. So that's what's going on.
Okay, well,
We're gonna have to cut your hand off.
You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me. What? Stop! I shout until you guys stop.
You make a lot of
No,
noise.
we're gonna have to cut your hands off.
No. Give me. I pull out my dagger and I try to cut around the boot, like cut into the leather so that I've just got a strip of the boot on my hand. I guess. Like maybe that'll work.
No.
Unless the dagger sticks to the boot too. I don't know.
Are you careful to not try to end up touching the boot with your other hand or the floor where it got stuck or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just like blade around the leather of the boot.
Okay. You do this. I'm sorry.
I love it.
These things come out of the wall hungrily.
What?
Around you as you're trying to cut this boot off. You can roll a d6 to see if you're surprised. That will be the life or death thing right here, is to not be surprised.
Yeah, who rolls
Ants.
This will be Bara in this case. It's your life right
okay.
now. His
God,
life
okay.
is at stake.
I've got a 1, baby.
You were surprised.
Oh no. Bye, Bar.
You get chewed apart by us. God. What a character. Come on, man. He's gonna live.
Kayden feels really bad.
Lots of times, so.
Kayden's like, I'm sorry.
They didn't list it. I have to look it up now. That's stupid. Okay.
Man, what a character, huh?
How many hit points do you have?
What a life.
He might live.
These ants are gigantic. And
Are they on the door?
they're probably the size of like a dog, they're like this big, and they pull them because they're insects. They can kind of squeeze through spaces. You see them claw their way out, and they're like ants, except they have these really long spindly legs. And they just come towards the bar. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
I only have one thing to say. Is there any way, like, there's a bunch of people around, might they possibly attack some of them?
They would have, except you were surprised and you're right there. Like this is like the whole thing. Like this is the.
Sorry, Ross. I think this is amazing.
Are they touching the wall? The door?
They are not. They come around the floor now.
Okay.
Now something is going to happen here in a second, but they get to Bara. I assume that let's see. They have a +2 to hit. I assume that a 4 does not hit, right?
Does not?
But does a 16 and an 18?
Yes.
Oh, he's dead.
No, you need to roll 2 1s, or else. I have 3 hit points left. Well, actually, subdual, so I don't know how that works. I have 4 hit points total, but I'm down to 3 right now because Kayden threw a rock at me.
I'm sorry.
You take 7 damage.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
You watch as Bar is torn to shreds.
They just start eating into him like the movie Tremors. They
God.
just start eating into him.
that door is not getting opened.
And then like this, you notice that like there are 2 ants next to him that are side by side. They're eating him, but then 2 ants come next to him. They try to get in, but then the ants get like stuck to the floor and they start squealing and screaming, and the 2 ants seem unable to move. Now that's a surprise round. What do you all do?
Oh,
Harold.
Wait, is Bara unconscious or dead?
He's dead.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, sweet summer child.
I'm going to roll up stats real quick here.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm so sorry.
That is dark.
I don't know why you guys are sorry. It's great.
I feel like
love
that
it.
was my
Oh,
fault.
No, not at all. I
He
picked
would
it
have
up.
survived if you hadn't thrown the rock at him.
No,
No, he wouldn't have.
no, he still would have died.
Go ahead, Harold. Sorry, what were you saying?
I'd say we retreat a few feet to the south, and maybe most of them get stuck. And if they are not, we either fight them if they're few, or just keep on going south if there are many.
All right, you're
You
eight.
want to leave his body? Sorry.
Well, it's just a combat. It makes sense. All right, so you do that, and you move south. That can act as your move. I will go ahead and do an initiative here as far as being able to attack, though. So, Harold, roll a d6 for initiative.
4.
All right, you are able to act first. In fact, if you want, you can take some swipes at them. No, you
Yeah.
have to. No, you have to move. You have to move and then do that. So
Oh, I was going to try a missile.
you well, if you do that, you can't move. But okay, so you move south, but you notice that 2 of them can still move. So you can do your full movement if you want, or you can flee. Do you want to try to flee, or are you going to stand and fight?
Do we feel like fighting a couple of ends, or not?
I
Yeah,
don't
if
really
we have to
want to
retreat
leave
back this way.
Barrow's body.
Yeah,
All right
there's
then.
just a few.
Let's wait for them to come to us and finish them off.
Okay. They do that. They come. Let's see. One's going to try to attack Kayden. The other one's going to try to attack. Well, who's this person? This is actually Harold, and the other one's going to try to attack Kayden.
I would have thought
Okay.
me and Father Bloombad would be in the front here, because Harold has a pole arm. Well, I guess it would probably be Kayden and Father Bloombad, and then I'd be in second row. With
Technically, we are in the front. It's our rear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess.
this is-
When we retreated, would we not have reorganized?
Yeah, you could do that because it's your move in combat.
I don't know if
so-
we had enough time, but
Who would have been in front?
I probably would not. Unless I need to be.
Okay, no problem. So Finbar.
me and Father Bloombad can probably take the front up.
No problem. Okay. It makes sense for Kayden to be up front because he can't use a pole arm.
Oh, yeah, right. I do have a pole arm on me.
Well, that's fine.
But anyways, this means Father Bloombad, you get hit for 1 damage. 1 damage. And then Harold, roll a d6 for initiative. You got to get a 6. Got a 2.
4 again.
All right. These 2 are going to try to attack again.
Sorry.
And that's okay. I don't think either of those are going to hit. Yeah. And it's your all's turn. You look at I think their hit points are pretty gnarly, actually. Yeah, they are.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty bad. All right. Let's see. Which ones are you all attacking?
Just the one right in front of me.
All right. The one. Okay. All right. You do 2 damage and 3 damage. And Harold, do you have a pole arm?
Yes.
All right. You can also attack if you want.
He's like a proper Viking at gear.
Actually, let me check the ascending armor. Oh, their ascending armor class is 16.
Oh.
So actually, none of those hit.
Yikes.
Let's see, a D6 Herald.
Oh. Do we want to keep fighting?
That's a good question.
I'm doing all right.
Okay.
I'd say yes. It was 6, by the way.
Okay. Oh, it was a 6. Okay, so yeah, you all can do your attacks again.
The dog can't fit through your cavity.
Nope.
Okay.
Wow, good damage, bro.
I mean, good hits, but yeah.
That one hits. The second one does not. And then, actually, the first one hits. And the second one hits. The third one does not. And let's see. Father Bloombad, you take 3 damage. And Finbar, you take 5 damage. I assume a 19 and 22 hit.
Yeah, I have an AC 18.
Mine's
All right.
effectively 17.
All right, we'll just kind of
Sorry, how much was it?
let's see. Father Bloombad, 3 damage. Finbar, 5 damage. And now, at any time at the top of the round, you can tell me if you want to try to attempt a retreat, and I'll we'll come up with a procedure for it. I'll let you can decide if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, Harold, you can roll a d6 for initiative. 4. All right, house wins. You are able to act first. I'm going to get your all's ACs. Finbar, what is your AC?
My effective AC in melee is 17.
17. Very well. And then Father Bloombad is
18.
18. Great. Thank you. Okay, so this time they miss.
Are these single hit die or double hit die?
They are 2 hit
One,
die.
one. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
And they, I think all of those miss except for, do you have a bonus to hit, Harold?
No.
Uh-huh. Okay. And I think Father Bloombad, at this point, do you have a base attack bonus for your level? I just want to...
I'm level 4. I don't think I do. It doesn't mention it in my
I think you have to
Yeah.
get...
I think we do.
the class description doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I was confused by that, because I've seen games where if you're using an ascending armor class, it's convenient to put it right next to the class chart. But they, for some reason, in Swords and Wizardry, they did not. They put it under combat, and they have a attack matrix, which makes sense for descending. So let's see, you're a cleric and you're level 4. Let's see. You're level 4. Let's see. I'll do the math here. To hit armor class 16, you get a +1 to hit, actually.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, just based on your level alone. So actually that hits for 3 damage.
Nice.
All right. Again, you can decide what you want to do, or you can roll for initiative.
I'm still fit as a fiddle, boys.
Okay.
I'm good too.
All right. Roll a d6, Harold.
1.
All right. They're able to attack first. 14 and a 12 miss. You can attack.
Oh.
Oh, no.
All right. Another d6.
Yikes.
They miss. Either way. And for this is really simple. I'm going to go ahead and roll 2d6. Harold, roll 3d6, please. So I can compare them.
Could you of us swap position?
Let's see here. So you beat the first one, you beat the second one, and you missed the third one. So you can roll all of your attacks twice. Everybody can do 2 attacks right now.
Except me.
This way they can... And no, you cannot swap because they're in melee.
Okay.
And it's also... Yeah, let's see here. So... Father Bloombad... 14 misses, 17 hits for 5 damage. Nice. Okay, and it's still fighting. 18 hits on the next one for 3 damage. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. And so they're going to get one attack out of that. Actually, they get 2 attacks because they're actually able to go first the second time. They miss. This is a nice. This is nice when the monsters start rolling bad. That's good.
Yep.
All right, roll.
See how they feel for a change.
Yeah, roll. Harold, roll 3d6, please. All right, you beat them 3 times, and no, you actually don't beat them the second time. Roll just 1 attack, and then I'll roll 2. Let's see if you kill them.
Yes.
Oh,
All right, you kill the first one.
I should hope so.
Just so, in fact, just 1 hit point.
You
All
gave
right.
him the holy bonk.
This last one, I'm actually going to try to do a morale check. He's going to try to flee. I'm going to get him a +4, 7 +4. He attempts to flee. So Father Bloombad and well, everybody can roll another attack, basically. 3, and that's it. So 3 is not enough, and this thing.
Chuck my spear at him as he's running away.
No, because you already did an attack. So yeah, he scurries off into the dark and runs away. He is very fast, by the way, and besides that, he goes to a crack in the wall. Bara lays dead. These 2 screech and squeal. They're actually making a lot of noise. And they're like trying to get out of this stuff on the floor.
Oh, alas, poor Bara. We hardly knew you.
Can I cut his arm off or hand off and then take his body?
Yeah, you can. Meanwhile, these things are like desperately lashing out. Now, I'm going to tell you that this is kind of it's a sticky situation, you might say, because these things will try to bite you if you're within 5 feet. But if you're within 10 feet and you're using a pole arm, they can't hurt you. But meanwhile, they are making a lot of noise.
Can we stand back and stab them?
Yeah, I got spear I can poke him with, and Harold's got a halberd. That's what you wanna do, Harold.
Anybody trying to kill one with a pole arm can roll for damage to see if you can do it without every round they're making a ton of noise, basically. That's
Yeah.
Can we missile at them too?
You could, but then you'd have to roll to hit.
That's fine.
How do I roll just damage? Do I just roll to attack and then you'll just take damage?
Just roll the whatever your damage die is for the weapon.
Oh, okay. My bad.
But yeah, you can roll that. That's fine. So you did 2 damage. So that's not enough to kill it. This is why this is a problem. These things are persistent and they don't want to die.
Yeah, neither did Barrow.
Indeed.
I'll poke one too.
All right. All right, you do 6 damage. Do you do it to the same one or a different one?
Yeah, the same one.
Oh, you're going to attempt it with a heavy mace. Is that right, Father Bloombad? If you do that, there's a chance they'll try to hit you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Makes sense because they're making a ton of noise. I'm about to roll another monster check. A 15 plus 2 is 17. Your AC is 18. So it is unable to strike through your armor.
Loser.
Well, that didn't work.
Meanwhile, now you guys are up here around it. Another problem. Well, actually, I'll say I assume you're being careful, so you're like over to the side here. What was I going to say? Okay, so 2 and 6. All right. They're still screeching and making a ton of bloody noise in the dark. All right, y'all can attack again if you want. You do 2 damage. That is not enough to kill it. Are you firing a sling at it?
Yeah.
Okay. You hit Father Bloombad
What?
for 2 damage.
Well, I figured if I was over here away from them, then
No, Father Bloombad is in
Oh,
melee. He's
he's in
within 5
melee.
feet. Yeah. So you
Okay,
take,
yeah. Oops.
yeah. Let's see here.
Bad
Well,
luck.
I'm gonna stop the.
Bad luck with rocks today for Kayden.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being in a tight, claustrophobic space with only a little bit of light and shadows dancing around, and these spindly legged monster things just come out of cracks in the walls, and you're just flailing madly to try to get them off of you and not get bitten. And you don't know about this thing that's sticky on a door, and it's just chaos down here. Let's see here. Father Bloombad, yeah. Oh yeah, it does damage automatically. 2 and then 2.
I'm going to help him.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. You'll automatically do damage. So you do 4. All right, you are able to kill one.
This is a nasty fight.
Yeah.
These things are brutal.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Well, it's actually the other one. So you are near this one. This one is over here. It's screaming. It can't get away. Makes a bunch of noise. Nothing happens. And anyone with a polearm can try to fight it some more.
I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on myself.
All right. Dang. All right, 4 damage. That is not enough to kill it. And 3 damage is not enough to kill it.
I promise we're trying, you know?
Oh yeah, no, these things are bad.
Be very careful with where you step on.
Yeah, I
I'm
looked
being
at it
careful.
and I assumed that you kind of go all the way around the Y here, so it takes your full movement. Then you come up to it and you're trying to whack at it, and this is why it gets a chance to kind of hit you, you know. But
Yes.
all right, 7 misses. Father Bloombad, are you going to stay put?
I'll reposition down here to the Y.
Okay. All right, it's going to try to attack.
Okay.
Gets a 1. All right, and then that round happens. It's screaming still, and finally it attracts the attention of something.
Oh boy.
Everybody trying to hit it with a polearm or attacking it can go ahead and roll damage.
Let's leave this door alone from now on.
Yeah. This is just going. Maybe somebody else can do this.
But
Finbar's not into it anymore.
You've won it with such bloody sacrifice, though.
We haven't won it.
We have not won it is the problem. Based on the fact that we're just whacking this ant over and over again, it's
We
not
got through the
safe
door.
from the door.
You
Yeah,
finally killed the ant.
yeah. If Bera's sacrifice had opened this door for us, that would be a different story. But he lies dead. Door lies closed.
Yeah.
Finbar
Yeah, and
lies
his hand's gonna stay
uninterested.
there. His
It
hand will stay there forever.
The Grizzly Testament.
And once again, you know the really awful irony of that is somebody had their boot here, right, in a gauntlet, and some other group was like, fine, and then you're like, I'm gonna get that boot, and then now your hand's there.
Yeah.
And some other group will be like, oh, we're gonna figure out this door. It
Maybe I'll
will
put my whole torso in there.
go on for it shall go on this way for eons.
That's terrible.
So Ross,
We should write and talk. Don't mess with this door.
Hold on, something happens. Harold, roll a d6. Let's see.
4.
A 4, okay. Let me roll a d6. A 5, okay. So, yeah, what were you going to say, Jay?
I was going to talk about some options for bringing other characters, but let's wait till after this.
Okay. Harold, you notice out of the corner of your eyes this, like, imagine like you can hear one another breathing and sweat is pouring down your face and you're covered in ichor of this stuff, just trying to kill these things. And you look at your companions in the lantern light, and you can see the muck of this place, the sod, the sediment. You know, their faces are streaked with it and with gore, and the body of your friend is just like laying dead here, stuck to a boot, his hand, just like, and his guts ripped out. And meanwhile, Harold, you can hear something down this corridor. And these things come right around the corridor, and they're about to attack. Roll a d6.
Which corridor?
The south one.
Uh-oh. Okay.
1.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh no. Well, they got to get a 1. Let's see. They got a 5. Okay.
That's what I think they are.
All of a sudden, more stones are let loose upon you. The good news in this game is that they cannot move when they do this. Let's see here. This is for Father Bloombad. Let me actually check the... Nice. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So Father Bloombad, I think, yep. All of these miss or clank off your armor. There are these little things, little humanoid things, yipping and screeching down in the dark at the end of the corridor, and they're slinging stones at you. What do you do?
Do they look like? Sorry.
No, go ahead. What did you say, John?
Oh, I just said, what do they look like?
They look like little dog lizards that are like
These guys.
3.5 feet tall.
Well, how far is it to them?
40 feet.
40 feet, huh?
You can get to them, I think.
Yeah.
Unless you're
I'm
unless you're in
Are
heavy
these the
armor.
same? I'm not. Are these the same guys who were like worshiping the fire when we were burning those spiders? Those
Yeah.
little guys?
Yeah,
Or,
Yeah, they look like
oh.
that.
I'm gonna.
We gotta kill them.
I'm gonna move in on them.
When you all right, when you yell and charge down Finbar, where's Finbar? Oh, there he is. You make it to them, first of all, and
We're coming too, right?
they can't move. Yeah, so anybody else moving can move, and if you want to make it to them, you can. Like, you'll make it to them. Now, if you do that, the first thing they do is they're terrified and they just want to run.
Dang. Good work, guys. You did it.
Oh,
So you can try to stab some as they flee, if you want, or you can let them run. But
We should try
when they
this
see
out.
when they see these giants like barreling down the hall with these giant weapons, they're like, "Oh no!" and they just like turn around to flee.
Yeah. Are they one hit die guys?
They are, yeah.
I'm gonna swing my sword at them. So I get 2 attack
well, I
rolls, right?
missed.
Mm-hmm. I think you can attack 2 different ones, as I
Yep.
understand it.
And I think my dog missed.
That's what Alaric did. He went crazy with it.
All right, you do, let's see, 3 damage, so you wound one of them.
Father Bloombed?
No,
Is he coming? Are
Finbar.
you coming?
I'm there.
All right.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think. Can I move my own token?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a good question. When we're navigating the corridors, I don't, because I kind of pan the camera around and stuff. But yeah, you can move it. So yeah, okay. So which one did you attack, Father Bloombad?
The one in front of me.
Okay, you kill it, and I think it looks like the rest missed. No, Harold hit one and killed it. Which one were you attacking, Harold?
This one.
Okay, you kill it. Yeah, with your polearm. All right. Let's see. I am actually going to do a new morale check because they realize they're like, and they pass. I think, and there's one other thing I'm going to check for. Nope, they're going to stand and fight because like they realize that basically they're dead. Like they don't stand a chance.
Nowhere to run.
Yeah, there's nowhere to run. And so you can roll a d6 Herald. You got to beat a 6. They are able to attack first. So they move and attack. One's going to attack Father Bloombad. Misses, and the dog. Misses, and Finbar. Misses. Alright, you all can attack. Oh no. Okay, that one hits.
Really?
Which one were you attacking, Finbar?
The one that's to my left. I don't want him to get to Harold. I want him to be properly protected.
I'm trying to attack the one below me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's doing a lot of damage. I want him to be protected.
This is 13 hit.
Yeah, well, actually, let me look. A 13 hits, yes. Yeah, okay, so you guys kill these two, and then a 13 for the dog, who does 1 damage, yeah. Alright. This thing falls to its knees, begging for its life. You can't speak its language unless anybody has any strange languages. But
Actually, it's 1d6 plus 2.
It's obvious that it just like... You said 1 die 6... What's that?
Or 1d6 plus 2 is the damage. For the dog,
yeah.
I think.
Yes, it's so this thing is wounded. Probably one of its limbs is barely hanging on. It's just like in a puddle of its own urine, whimpering and begging for its life in some screeching alien language you don't understand.
Does it have its misery?
We should probably kill it, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to judge that if you kill this defenseless creature in its current state, that you will take a point of chaos, which you
Really?
can.
Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say, are they chaotic creatures?
Yeah.
Like, would I know it to be something that like worships evil?
I don't think you're
Yeah.
sure. I think that to you, there's all these bizarre monsters that you're seeing.
All right,
You know,
I'm
like,
just gonna gag it, and then I'm just gonna grab it by the scruff of its neck and take it up and throw it onto the sticky floor.
yeah,
Oh no.
yeah,
That's
Well,
worse,
it can
isn't it?
free itself later.
exactly. I love it. No, this is a neutral
If we
act.
come back and there's not a dog lizard skeleton there, then he's smarter than we are. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. Maybe we can ask it if it gets out. We're bringing bars, Bobby.
You just tear his hand off, or well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
just
cut it
rip
off.
the boot off. Just rip the boot off, you know, and then there
Okay,
you go.
yep.
You drag him out. Okay. Who is carrying the lantern now? Well, first of all, let me pan over to Jay. What's going on with your character?
A few thoughts.
What a
One,
terrible expedition.
I love it.
Yeah.
If people don't die with like ignominious deaths or whatever it's called, like totally worthless as deaths, you're not playing this kind of. This is the style of game it is. I love it.
I am
So-
rethinking playing a magic user.
Well, actually, so I got 3 thoughts. One is there's an hour left. I'm cool just sitting here and drawing and listening. Would be one option. Another would be that Uba, who I rolled up another way higher level intelligence, 16 intelligence character. I'm wondering if Uba, like that Bear has been teaching Uba, and she kind of hitched a ride in the bottom of the cart or something. The other would be Flanagan. But I
go
don't. Those are 3.
Well, which one would you prefer to play? I'm gonna draft you because they need the manpower. They need people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's say
So-
that Uba. Go ahead, John.
Do you want to bring a little girl into the dungeon?
She's smart.
Yeah, I mean she's like 13.
Okay.
Which is this era. She's capable, and I think
If she
probably
dies
was-
horribly, I'm gonna quit. I'm just kidding.
I think that like I imagine that Bara was like didn't tell her he was going to go, and she was like, "You're not going."
Oh
like,
no!
I'm going with you, and he's like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm." And she woke up, and they were gone, and maybe he got here, but
I'm
maybe she's still-
gonna break this fiction because of one of my rules.
yeah.
And I realize this makes the fiction less interesting. I know that. But I'm
Okay.
going to make her 18 years old.
Okay, that's cool.
For entirely banal and boring reasons that aren't very literary or anything like that.
Okay.
Like, yeah, but
Yeah.
she'll be 18. However, yeah, you can use her if you want as your henchman.
Okay,
That
that's
becomes
cool.
your player.
Okay,
character.
so she, so I don't know how you want her to have like followed them down here and heard the screaming or whatever.
Oh man, yeah. I think she just had a bad feeling about this, and sure enough, she sees the body of
And
her.
she was right.
Yeah, the body of the
It makes
person.
it
that-
even worse.
Yeah,
So dark.
She comes around the corner, and I guess you guys you're carrying his body. Kayden's carrying Bera, and like with the arm missing, and she just freezes, and she's like, "What happened?"
What are you doing here?
Who did this?
But you're not supposed to be here.
That doesn't matter. What happened? And she runs over to him and shakes him and sees that he's dead. I mean, she's been through a lot of shit. I think she's pretty. She's not going to break down crying right now. But she just looks at all of you and says, "This wouldn't have happened if I came. This wouldn't have happened if he told me he was coming."
I'm sorry to smile, but out of character, you know that there is one option.
What's that?
Oh. Woman Dark?
Yeah, but anyway, sorry, I don't know.
I'd be cool. I'd be totally into it. Because how much
Finbar wouldn't know. Would we be able to get him back in time?
It's extraordinarily expensive. It's something like several. I am curious. It's 3,000 gold pieces to attempt to do that.
No, RIP.
they barely even knew him. That's crazy.
The really wonderful thing is all the things that can go wrong even then.
Right.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
Lass, it's a part of the adventure. Rest assured, we got the beasties that got him.
She doesn't know we can bring him back either, does she?
No, no.
Let's not tell her.
I think only Father Bloombat and Kayden would really know that, right?
I don't have enough money to bring anybody back.
She looks at all of you and says, "You have to swear to me that when you come out here, you let me know from now on, or you are a sworn enemy of me. This is it. On Bara's life, on his, to honor him, I come out here when you come out here, until I die." She says,
Okay.
promise me, you'll tell me, and you'll take me if I want to come.
This is so bad for Kayden because this has already happened 3 or 4 times to Kayden, and he keeps living.
Yeah.
I know, it's the same with Flanagan. Like, it's a terrible thing. I really can't wait till Flanagan talks to Finbar and tells him to stop coming out here.
Yeah.
Kayden was just there when Gerald died, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, tough week, huh?
Less than 2 days ago.
Yeah, Kayden's lost his protege, the people he's trained. Kayden has lost friends. Like, he's the guy that just keeps living, and everybody keeps dying.
So she says, "Promise me. I want you to promise me."
I promise.
She nods and says, "Very well. Let's do whatever you do down here then."
And we'll just tell her how it happened. You know, he got stuck to the door, and his aunt came out and started heaving him.
Well, let's make his death worthwhile then.
If you take his body with you right now, I'm going to drop the movement rate category.
Okay, there's a room right here, right? To the right?
Yeah,
Can we put him in there and spike the door
absolutely. Yeah.
so nothing can get in there? Hopefully. There's
no?
just a portcullis there.
Poor Bara. He had it in for him, man. He just suffered the entire time.
Who is now holding the lantern or torch, and which will you be using?
Uba will carry it.
Okay.
Literally
Uh,
carrying his torch.
Is she a magic user?
She is, but you wouldn't know that.
Oh, okay.
She's a way better magic user.
All right.
Oh,
So
that's
you.
sad.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
see
kind of
here.
cool. I love the way that that's like, you know, kind of a useless death, but the other character, there's like a story behind Uba now too, right?
Yeah.
50 minutes of dungeon time has passed.
What an eventful hour.
Yeah. Where do you all go from here? I'm just kind of clumping you all together. Sorry, Harold. Where do you all go? Do you want to return? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I wanna ask you guys. Do you wanna go back and bar out of here?
Take Bara out?
Well,
I think we should keep going.
how long would that take?
We're really close to where we wanted to go, though.
Yeah, we'd have to probably hike him all the way back to the wagon, wouldn't we? Otherwise, it'd almost be safer to leave him where we left
Yeah.
him.
So west into the place with the skeletons.
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah.
All right, west it is then.
Very well. You travel 60 feet into the first room, and there's just this muck all over the floor here that's just gotten sticky and dried. I'll describe here again these things coming out of the walls. In particular, there's mortared stone here, is what the walls are made out of. But fossilized stone human skeletons poke out of the walls in varying degrees. Some of them just an arm, one of them like half of a body, like reaching out, like from the stone. But the skeleton is made of stone also. And one of the bodies is like the top half of the body, except one hand holds a sword. And the sword is not made of stone. Just to save some time, I will also note that if you travel into this room right here is 40 feet by 20 feet, and then it has this little corner section that is, cut out of it in the southwest corner, and it also just has fossilized skeletons. There's nothing else remarkable about this room.
The skeleton in the other room, he's holding a sword that looks like metal, but at least is not stone. Is he just like holding it like a person would?
Yes.
That corner section, it's right where that trap is on the other side, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was an unfinished section that was our theory that we decided upon, and they were probably just adding in a door and a trap on this side, and they just ran out of time and all died or whatever happened here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any secret doors here or anything, because it's all fitting in pretty well.
Are all the skeletons the same size?
Yeah, when you look at the virtual tabletop,
Okay.
there's these gnarly looking skeletons, but they're mostly human sized, and they're also mostly coming out of the walls.
Yeah. I kind of want to just grab that sword. You guys cool if I do that?
Yeah, you can try.
Finbar's just gonna see what he can do about that sword.
All right, how do you do that?
Okay, so skeleton dude's coming out of a wall, holding it like in front of him, like he's charging.
Yeah, it's like he's like tried to dive out of the wall, and then got froze and stuck halfway out, and then
Do they look like they're actually made of stone, or is it just like really old bones?
when you look at it, the skeletons look like they're made of stone.
Okay, interesting.
The sword is not.
Like petrified.
It is a sword.
Yeah. Well, I guess my first guess, if it's got some sort of cruciform guard, would be to tug at that, see if I can get it out of his hand.
You try to tug on the cross guard of the sword, but it's stuck in the stone hand.
Okay. Can I crowbar his fingers off of it?
You take a crowbar, and you find the fingers just pop off, snap off, and they crumble, and the fingers fall to the ground. The sword starts to fall out of the hand.
Yeah, I'll pick up the sword, see if I can give it a once over, if it's just like a normal sword, if it seems light or anything like that.
You pick up the sword and you see that
Am I the new king of Albion?
something has preserved it after all this time. It's not rusted. It's a very good quality sword. It's a long sword, and there are it's very well made, and the pommel and the hilt have intricate designs on them. Some of the designs are religious that you would recognize. For example, the Celtic Trinity set within the tree, which is the symbol of the light, and that's probably like on the center of the crossguard, you know. And then there's this old text that lines its way around the hilt.
Well, I would want to present it to our priests in residence.
Yeah, what does it say?
It's written in liturgic, which is the language of the light, and it says.
I can read that.
It says something like, you know, the holy soldiers of the army of the light.
I mean, I feel like this
Nice.
this should go to one of you guys, right? I don't feel like I should.
They are bound by their
Yeah, we
oaths
can't
to
use
not
the
use
word.
a sword.
It has to be either Nostromo or Finbar.
Wait, what did you say about an oath?
It has text. It has writing on the handle, like, and the handle just has wrapped around it like writing, and the writing is in a language called liturgic, which is the language of the light. It's the one used by the church.
Yeah, but did you mention, or did I hear it wrong, that it should not be used or something?
No, just that Finbar, he'd said he wanted to give it to the clerics, and I said clerics are bound by oath. Clerics can't use swords, right? So.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Okay, I mean, yeah, all right.
Take it, Finbar.
Yes, sir.
All right. Where do you all go from here?
I think there was.
South? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Okay.
But that door, is that a weird little? Oh, well, I'll just say that Uba is sort of sitting back a little bit, holding up her torch and up the lantern. She's always keeping an eye to the back as well, in case someone comes behind us.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It has now been an hour of dungeon time. And you come to this door like and actually, let me make sure I don't have this wrong here. Old, bloated, you know, nearly fossilized heavy wood, bound with rusty iron banding, and a big, heavy, rusted iron bevel. What do you do?
Anybody got a pole to tap on this thing? I got a spear I could use, but
Yeah, I have a temper pole.
I'm gonna give her a love tap.
Do you have fine traps? Probably blood through that. Probably like that.
Oops, sorry.
Do you have fine traps?
I do have it.
You think we should use it now, or?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, okay.
the other option before we commit to that is that we have a lot of ground to cover on the other side. If you have the ability, if you can only use it once, I don't know if we should use it on one door, and then it'll wear off by the time we get all the way over there.
Yeah, I probably would.
All right, I'll hold on to it.
Okay. I heard you say you tapped the door.
Yeah, I'll poke it with a stick.
That makes noise.
Just to touch it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Probably similar noise, just like knocking on the door, right?
You know,
Well,
you just
yeah.
imagine being in some subterranean underground space, claustrophobic, you know, just because you have a light and it's well lit on the VTT, that it's just a lantern. There's shadows, giant big shadows on the walls from you, and you're tink, and trying, you hear everybody breathing. Nothing happens when you poke the door.
My theory is that we're in a somewhat unfinished section, so I'm just gonna give her a pull and see if it opens.
Okay, you pull the door open, Finbar, and you see ahead of you a corridor. It's about 10 feet wide and 40 feet long, and there's a door at the end of it.
We should also probably declare that we're checking floor traps at corners, right?
We're getting really close to that hive room.
Yeah,
What was in that room? What's that all about?
Giant centipedes.
Yeah, I hope we don't end up behind that.
What was in the hives?
Giant centipedes. Poisonous.
With death save poison.
Okay. And you guys didn't torch the whole room?
No, we didn't.
There
we
were
just,
too many.
Okay.
We spiked the door.
One person got bit and died immediately, so.
Well, we don't have another bearer to sacrifice, so I think we should be careful around that.
Yeah. That was my character that died there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's really, really
I
disappointing.
think you've had 3 character deaths.
I had 2 so far.
Oh, I thought Bantha as well.
Pinta was that one who died there.
Oh, I thought he died probably by Knowles. Okay.
All right,
Man.
so Uba will just shine the lantern up into that hallway. She's being very quiet, and she seems pretty brave at this point, pretty stoic. She doesn't go in front. I think she's sort of behind people. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's cool.
Get in there.
She'll walk at the same pace as everybody else and go forward, as long as one person's in front of her.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, like that, I guess.
Where's Finbar? He's probably.
He
in the
wants
back
to use
with
his sword. He wants to be in the front.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got the.
Well,
sword.
actually, it's probably best for the group that he's using his
Yeah.
spear.
Okay.
As
Alright.
disappointing as that is.
You come to another door, which is also old wood and rusted iron banding and bevel.
Do you think I should poke it this time, or?
I'm feeling okay with my theory about this being somewhat unfinished and or untrapped. I'm ready to open this bad boy.
Okay.
All right,
What do you think,
Finbar.
Nostromo? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Go for it.
Finbar, you grab the bevel, pull and turn. It's loud, creaks loudly, and it opens into a hexagonal room. Finbar,
Yes.
Finbar, you were wrong. This
disappointing.
this place was well indeed very finished, and in fact, there is a large ornate set of stone steps descending down further into the bowels of the earth. Now, on either side of the stairs, it's flanked by stone statues of what appear to be giant iron cobras. I'm sorry, it's not stone, they're made of iron. The metal is tarnished, rusted in places. The iron statues appear coiled with their heads raised and hoods out, ready as if to bite. They sit upon a short stone pedestal 6 inches in height. Apart from these 2 iron statues of cobras, you just have the stone stairs descending down.
Do we want to go down real quick just to get the?
Just to match the level.
Yeah, but just let's be careful with. I don't like the statue.
Yeah, it kind of freaking me out too, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't have a magic weapon if that ever
I
comes
do.
into.
Yeah.
I can't quite tell if my longsword's magical.
Someone want to run down? If somebody goes down, like whoever goes down is a person who can get there for free next time, right? Like we'd all have to go
Yeah.
down, right?
I think we all have to go, don't we?
We all just run for it.
I mean,
How about I'll go first?
are you sure?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. Uba says, if you go, I'm going to follow. and she lets you go, but she's gonna, if nothing happens, she's gonna be right after you.
Okay.
Yeah, Finbar's gonna follow Father Bloombad's example.
So you'll go right here, Kayden. You make it about this far. All of a sudden, the stairs. You're walking down the stairs. And the stairs just shift into a slippery platform, and you just slide. You see Kayden just slide down into the dark.
Ah!
And then
We can't leave him down there. We gotta slide after him.
In addition, Harold, roll a d6.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Aiden's gonna survive again.
3.
I'm surviving this
3.
one. I don't care, guys.
All right, you're not surprised. Roll another d6 for initiative as
Gosh.
the statue comes to life.
2.
2. Let's see. I got a 5.
Oh god, not again.
The statue uncoils and slithers towards Harold and strikes at Harold. Let's see. It's just one statue. 14 plus 3. 17 to hit.
If everybody dies with me, he's gonna retire.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah.
All right.
I got Harold dead.
Make a save versus death, and you take
Oh no.
1 damage.
Oh my
As
god.
this bites into you. Now, you probably, it just glances off you, but something drips from its fangs.
The saves, each here in Source and Wizardry, it's just one save, right?
Yeah, you just roll your save. Now, I'll say you can do a bonus, though, right? Like, you can use con, or you can use dexterity, or, and you can pick. But it's just I think by the rules, it's just a d20, but I'll say you can add your attribute and do a dex save or a con save.
Add your attribute bonus, in other words.
I don't
Yeah.
have any bonuses. So, it's roll under, right?
Yeah.
No. It's roll over in Swords and
Rollover?
Wizardry.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it's probably not a great. Oh my god.
I failed.
Oh.
Harold is dead.
Oh.
This is brutal.
That is
Well
tough
done.
as nails.
And
This is a
and
rough week.
Caden is somewhere off in the dark, far below.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
he gone though.
Now, you can dive after him if that's your goal, and I'll say that, like, since it's your movement, that's what you could do. If your goal is to dive down this chute.
So let's have a discussion about this, everybody. What do you think? Add together what we're gonna do here.
I think he's not a one-hit die.
I don't have anything yet, but
I'm gonna dive.
Yeah, I don't. That's not making me happy to have seen Harold just instantly killed.
Yeah. Let's run for it.
he's gonna
Slide
go
down.
last every time now.
Slide down.
Okay. You all, like, run past as this thing snaps at you, and you get on this slide. You notice that it seems like there's almost like this frictionless surface. It was made to be a slide, and you just, like, slide on and on and on down into the dark. You have discovered a new level of the dungeon.
Yeah,
But at what cost?
we discovered the slide. It's fun.
However, all of the people in this group cannot come back from this level until you find a way out.
Oh,
Love it. Get
Um,
out of here.
Now, you have 30 minutes. I do not have the VTT for this one, I think, because it's a new level. Let me see. I might have it. Oh, I do.
Ooh.
oh, okay.
Ooh.
Alas, poor
Maybe it's
Harold.
somewhere we've been before.
We hardly knew you.
Oh my goodness.
What?
How far do we go down about? You know what? Don't even bother because
Yeah.
how taking steps or anything, right?
Okay. I know where you are, and I'm really excited about where you're at right now.
Oh, okay.
Should we be excited about where we're at?
Yes.
I'll tell you who's not excited. Barra or Harold, for that matter.
No. And,
No.
Nostromo, you can, of course, roll up a new character.
Yeah.
It should
Yeah,
be
we're gonna
somebody
find
that
him down here.
they meet. Yeah, they meet somebody down here. I feel like I'm missing someone. Yeah, I'm missing Kayden. Let me move Kayden. Because I moved him off
Kayden just disappears. He's gone.
Yeah.
That's a really incredible session we're having, guys. This is pretty cool.
This is the actual old school experience.
Yeah, really.
In aviation,
Yeah, we got
have
lucky until now.
we have a saying: "Don't let poor decisions force you to rely upon superior skills." And I'm not saying that's what happened, but what I am saying is that for 6 months, you all have had superior skills. Like, you've done really well, and that time has run out. Like, on this
It's
session.
all over. It's all over.
We might have gotten complacent.
Yeah, we are, aren't we? Yeah, we're not playing as smart as we were before.
All right, you slide to the bottom of some stairs, and you can see that it's just this steep, slippery slide. And there's another 20 foot wide corridor, and it goes on to the edge of your lantern light. You can see where it turns to the right ahead of you. It's now been an hour and 10 minutes of dungeon time.
I have a 6 for intelligence. You guys never should have listened to my theory.
Did the
All
dog
right,
come down with me?
Yeah. Of course, he was not going to leave you. Yeah. I'll have to pan this. Okay, so I will elect a new caller. You'll still get the XP credit. Father Bloombad, could you be the group caller until Nostromo gets a new character
sure.
up and running? Okay. Where to from here, Father Bloombad?
Well, I mean, we only have one way we can go. Appear north.
All
You know what? I wonder if you could find traps right now. One of you two. If
Probably
you find
not a
traps.
terrible idea.
I didn't bring it. I brought a whole person this
Yeah,
time.
hold on. Let me see the duration. Find traps. 20 minutes, 2 turns.
Maybe we should just use it now.
Yeah, I mean, if we're trying to get out, I don't know, we don't want to rush this too much, but the chances of finding our way out in half an hour is pretty slim. But
All right, I'll wait until we get
It's
to.
possible.
Yeah, I'll wait till we get to here. To cast it.
I forgot to mention that here at the bottom of the slide is the air here is foul. It smells awful. 8 giant, like dog-sized rat corpses lay all about you when you slide down and get to the bottom. You kind of land in something soft, and there are these giant rat corpses you land among.
Ah, fun.
When you look at their corpses, it looks like they were torn apart by some wild animal. Blood spatters the walls and the floor nearby. I feel like I'm in the wrong place. I am in the wrong place. This is I'm in the wrong dungeon, so maybe that was a good.
What?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is Athuk Rappan. Totally different.
I think. Yeah, I'm in the wrong dungeon. Okay. This is what's confusing me. There are multiple dungeons for every level. Like, sometimes there'll be like 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D, and 5E. And they're all within a 100-mile area, 5 levels down, all across underneath
I
the
thought you
earth.
hated 5e.
Well, we don't talk about the 5E dungeon. It's not, I'm sorry,
That's
I have this
5e.
wrong. There are no rats here, although that would have been interesting. I kind of spoiled some other place. Okay. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, just a corridor here and a corridor going on ahead, and you see a door here. Sorry, where do you go?
Okay, so when I'm in this intersection, I will cast Find Traps.
Very well.
And then that'll give me the opportunity to, like, look down here 30 feet to see if there's any traps.
You immediately sense deception in the floor here. That there's something there. Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
And what about forward?
And I think we used to say, like, you would know the specifics of it, right? Like where it is and stuff. So
Yeah, like it would glow the outline of it. But I always...
there you go. There's the outline. It's basically a section of plate of the floor on that. over there.
Okay.
And looking ahead, there you don't sense any ahead, at least not yet.
All right. I say we keep pushing north then, so we don't have to deal with that trap, and we get the maximum out of our 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make it here, and there's a door, and then it continues on, and then it shifts 45 degrees to the northwest.
Is the door trapped?
No.
All right. Continue forward.
Okay, let's keep going. Yeah.
You do sense that there's something behind the door that's trapped, but it's not. But it's like a way. You can sense things through walls, right?
Well, hold on. Let me read the language. The caster perceives both magical and non-magical traps at a distance of 30 feet, so I would assume yes.
Yeah. So it's actually almost at the edge of the very edge here, 30 feet beyond the door. Somewhere is a trap that you notice. Okay.
Does somebody want to pop the door, and I could look at the...
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Let's see here. Kayden, you open the door, and inside you see a pool. There's a strange arrow-shaped room here. Now I'm going to move here just so we have the lantern light. The room continues on beyond the edge of your lantern light, though, and I'll move you all in just so you can see with your tokens.
I've seen something like this before.
It's sort of arrow-shaped, and you see inside here a pool, and then there is a large stone statue of a man in armor riding a dragon looming over the pool on the far end of the room.
And that's where the trap is?
It's in the pool.
Okay.
Does the man have a sword?
He does have a sword, and his helmet is in the shape of a demonic-looking mountain goat with large curved horns. I'm sorry, not a sword. It's a giant heavy mace, a maul, and it's in his left hand. His other hand bears a shield with the device of a bat.
Does it mean anything to me? As a priest?
Not anything beyond what notes you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say we continue to hasten north. We know there's a trap there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We're trying to get out of here, right?
Is there
Because we
anything
have
in
no
the
idea
pool
where we're at.
that we can see? Ah, never mind.
Okay. Let's see here. This is an hour
This
and
looks familiar.
20 minutes of dungeon time. And let's see, you get to 50 feet, there's a door to the right, and then it catty corners, it continues 45 degrees to the right, to the north beyond your lantern light. I will check to see if there's any traps here. And then let me know when it runs. How long does
20
it?
minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. You've got one more turn with it, so. There is something deceptive in this room, but it's not. It's some sort of illusion. It's not a trap, but there's a deception that's been put in this room.
Oh, the room to the east?
In the room to the east?
Mm-hmm.
You want to pop the door and see what's in there at least?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I'll do it.
Let's see, Kayden, you open this door as well, and
This is tense, man.
inside of this room, it smells awful in here. There's a bunch of you can see a dead person here. He's been picked dry. There's nothing valuable on him. There's nothing apparently valuable in this room. There's a door here and here, but then a bunch of piles of bones and stuff that have been gathered. And then you have grating, a grate in the northeast portion of the room.
Ooh.
Oh,
Do you want to go look through that? I mean,
where's the
you-
deception?
Just after that grate.
So, just
You
so
okay with me
everybody-
taking the grate?
Just so other people know, like in your previous session, Kayden, where you guys got rocked by those where Gerald died, there was a grate in the room where you were fighting them, right?
Yeah, we might be on the other side of it.
All right, yeah, let's go check the grate.
Okay. You go and you look in the grate. What do you do?
Open it.
Can we shine a light up first before we? Can we shine a light up and look inside? Like, is there a hole?
You take the lantern, you shine the lantern into the grate, and you just see darkness. You can't see anything.
Is that where the trap feeling vibe is?
Deception, yes, and you're certain that it's right there. It's just like an inch beyond the grate.
Wait, is it like magically induced darkness beyond there?
Oh,
Maybe.
I tossed a stone through there.
You toss a stone through the grate, and it disappears into darkness.
Do we hear it hit anything?
Yes, actually, I'm sorry, yeah. And you hear it clink somewhere off beyond that.
But
Might
like
just
it
be the
disappears
light.
right past the grate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay.
If I cast,
Go ahead.
if I cast light, will that combat the darkness?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't that dispel magical darkness?
It doesn't specify.
I believe so.
Well, I'm going to say it does. So yeah, you cast magical light, which in my book would dispel magical darkness, and all of a sudden you can see again, and you see beyond the grate. I don't know if I can.
Dead Knowles.
I can't reveal it, but
Gerald?
so I'm gonna move your token here. You see a pathway here, and you can see to the other end, and there's actually there's magical darkness here too. I got to get rid of this.
Yeah, I know where we are.
I'll have cast it on my shield so that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The map makers.
Yep.
Did you just connect two parts of a map?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Found the other way around.
There are dead bodies everywhere here, and they're rotten. They're humanoids. They look like doggish hyena-looking people, and they have rotted for days now. It smells awful here.
How close are we to the exit? Guys?
That's a ways, right?
We are quite a ways, but if we have the map, we can do it, right?
Yeah, if you can describe to me from here where to go to get to the exit, then I'll say that you can do it. But if you fail, you might end up somewhere else.
And if we go back up, we'll be at a good place to explore a couple of things real quick.
Well, I was going to say, why don't we go back and explore the pool room if we know that we can get out of here real fast? Would you guys be
good
down
call.
for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works too.
All right, before the session ends here in
I'm
about
going
10
to share
minutes.
the map. I'll share the map so you can all see where we are now. But,
Wait. What do you think, Nostromo? What do you think about? Would you rather secure the exit first, explore further ahead, or go back and check the pool room? What do you think?
Maybe check for the room.
Oh, you mean like? Wait, what do you mean? Check the room? Oh, well, first of all, I don't think you weren't here for the session where. So, what the other group, and in fact, Kayden was here. They were in a battle here, and so like Kayden knows where they're at, basically. Just I don't know. I don't think you were in that session. But when you say check the room, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, no, I was in that one. What did you said previously to go to? You gave me two options.
Yeah, so because I have a gameplay convention that, like, if you know where you are and you discover a new level, if you can kind of describe it to me and you've mapped, then I'll get you there, you know. So I'll say that you're not trapped if someone can describe to me how to exit the dungeon from this level, which, you know, and I'll call for that here in about 15 minutes, 10 minutes or so. And if you're wrong, then you guys will not make it off this level. You'll end up somewhere else. So one option is, and this isn't you all exiting. You can just go ahead and check it now and tell me, and we can see if you can make it out of here. The other option is you could go back to the pool room, is what they were suggesting, which is the place where you saw the trap in the pool. Another option is you could just explore where you're at. You could go check the other corridor or check one of these other rooms, etc.
Yeah, there was another room.
Yeah, there are 2 other rooms here as well. They have explored, just so you know, Nostromo, they have explored this area up here. That's why these doors are open. And it doesn't show it, but there's dead bodies everywhere here. Rotted dead bodies.
So if you look at the map on Otherworld Adventures, I mean, this is what I think, everybody. We've got a few options. We've got 2 doors in this vent room. We've got the trap in the pool room, or we have the trapped plate that was just to the left or to the right when we came down. Like, there's sort of 3 options. So I don't know what you think, any of you, if you have any thoughts.
Right, but we do know how to get out of here. So I say we go check out that pool room. We got at least enough time to check out the pool room, I think.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, Harold, what do you think?
Well, I'm not sure how to go back to the stair with the snakes. I do remember how to get back from there to the exit.
Right. So, Harold, if you look at the map on Otherworld Adventures, do you see that one I just put up in Discord?
Yes.
So you can see where the diagonal where we are, right? And there's a sort of a diagonal, like a gap in the hallway there.
On the northwest side. Yeah.
Kayden knows where to go on that northwest side. That if we follow that hallway all the way down, there's sort of like a main hallway that snakes through everything on the sort of the perimeter, goes to the far east, and then the very bottom southeast corner, there's a little ladder marking, and that actually gets us back up as well. So there's a second exit that Kayden knows already. You see that ladder on the bottom southeast corner?
Yeah. Yes.
So we actually have an exit now. So we're safe. Like, we don't have to go up the Iron Stink way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So what do you think about going to that area with the pool?
Yeah. Let's try going that way.
Right. I think by the time you all make it back out here, that's going to be another 100 feet. Now, there's an interesting problem. You don't have Bera's body. If you exit, it's going to be a long journey to come back around to get his body. So I'm going to do some calculations for that. But just real quick, don't worry, I won't count this against your time, but there's nothing special about this hallway, and you can just connect it because it's only a 40 feet. It's just a 40 feet of length, right? So
Okay, 40 feet.
You know, or so. But that hallway connects. There's not like a room or a door or anything there. Okay. So anyways, cool. I didn't feel like there was any appreciable gameplay there. So okay. So this brings you to 140, and that brings us to 2 hours and 30 minutes of dungeon time.
Okay.
Harold, roll a d6, please.
Harold is dead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Right, Father. Father Bloombad. Well, actually, first of all, Nostromo, do you have a new character that you'd like to play?
It's not ready.
That's
I'm
okay.
Just, looking through the book.
No problem. Okay.
You may have missed it because it happened so quickly. But yeah, he died.
Yeah, Father Bloombad, roll a d6, please. You rolled 1. 5. Okay, good. Let's see here. 3. So you all start making your way down here. When you hear Father Bloombad, you hear noises in the darkness from behind you. You hear growling noises in the dark.
All right, yeah, I alert my companions.
What is it, I wonder?
What's the pitch of the growl? Can you give us an example, Ross?
Right. Can I hit the note? It's like a inhuman. Inhuman, I would say. There is something wrong with it.
But like a lower pitched growl would sound larger versus a higher pitched growl would sound smaller. Generally speaking, anyway.
You can actually hear it in Roll20. I don't know if you have the audio
Oh my
on.
gosh, I do.
What do you all do?
Uba just spins around, holds up the lantern, and is just quiet.
Yeah, let's form up.
Yeah.
Let's form a line.
Yeah,
Let's put the priest in the front.
Yeah, you can move your tokens into whatever order of battle you would prefer. And then these things eventually shamble into view. And
Shambling?
Father Bloombad, you can roll a d6 this time for initiative.
6.
You got a 6. You are able to act first. What do you do?
I'm gonna turn undead.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so is anybody firing a missile weapon before that happens?
Finbar sees the clearly dead bodies and figures our two insane priest warriors have got it.
All right. Well, if nobody's going to move, they are. They move this far. That's how far they can move. And then nobody's firing a missile, nobody's doing melee, so you can go ahead and do your spells.
Which includes turning, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't do too good. What's that, Jen?
Nice.
Do any of them turn? They're zombies.
I'm looking at the turning table isn't under the character class.
Maybe that's him, right?
Well, it's different. One is the turning, and the other one's the number. I think 2d10 is to the roll you do.
Oh, I rolled 2d6. Different in this system.
You do both.
2d6 is the number.
Roll 2d10 to determine result. Okay. I rolled 2d6. I'll roll 2d10 instead.
Oh wait, I'm level 4.
I rolled a 12.
Are they zombies?
They are.
Nails it.
Oh, the 5 is good enough.
I have a T.
T is, I think,
Yeah,
turn?
that means you automatically.
Okay, yep.
2d6 to see the amount.
That turns you with a
4.
Okay, yeah, so they turn and flee. If you don't pursue them, they just run away. They shamble off.
Awesome.
Do you guys think it's worth it to go beat the heck out of them?
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, cool.
We defeated them. We don't have to defeat them again.
Yeah, they're not a problem anymore. That's a good point.
All right, you come to the door again. I think you said that you were coming down here to look at the pool, so that'll be the last thing that we can do probably. What do you do with the? What do you do in this room?
All right, so we know this is trapped. So
Uba just goes over and holds up the lantern over top of the pool so people can see in, and she'll just look in the pool.
It's an oval-shaped pool of water directly in front of the statue. It's
Is it clear?
You can see that it was probably intended to be a reflecting pool by its shape and depth, but the water in the pool is green and stagnant, covered with algae and mold. It's disgusting.
Man, this looks disgusting.
does anybody have detect magic?
No.
Can I throw a rock in it?
You throw a rock in the pool?
Maybe I should rethink that.
Maybe we should stand away from the pole.
I have a bad history of throwing rocks at things today.
Yeah, you do. Let's see. What are some things like? How can we be smart all of a sudden? I don't know. Throwing a rocket doesn't seem like that bad of an idea if we all stand well back.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do it.
Is this the position of your characters in the room?
I think
If
Uba
he's
will
throwing
go-
I'm thinking
Rip
maybe
out,
here.
yeah. Really?
peeking around the corner.
stand right behind Father Bloombad. Oh, not that far. Not that.
Right. And Kayden, you said you were throwing a rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
If I die,
I
it's my
don't
fault.
trust his rocks today, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Fair.
Okay. You throw the rock, and it sinks down. For a moment, nothing seems to happen. Roll a d6.
Uh-oh.
3.
3. All right. You're not surprised when all of a sudden the bat, the symbol of the bat on the person's shield, comes alive, and the stone bat flies off from the shield and dives towards you. You can roll a d6 for initiative.
It's me.
Yep. You got a 3. It's able to act first. It has a movement speed of fly 9, so it's easily able to make it to you. Kayden, it flies, swoops down towards you. It's probably, like
Oh, is it
this
that
big.
big?
It's huge, and it attacks you. D20 plus 3 to hit. 15.
Yeah, 15's the armor class.
15, and it does d6 damage, and it has a other than Pixie. Okay. And you take 3 damage from it.
Good.
Everybody can move, and attack if you want.
I don't know how to use the distance tool. Can I make it over there?
I'll say you can make it. I'll say you can rush back into his aid if that's your goal.
Yeah, get me in there.
All right. All right.
Does the creature appear to be made out of flesh and blood?
It seems to be made out of stone.
Uba will just stay back and hold light up for everybody. And watch for things behind us and to the side.
Okay.
Do I get any bonuses or anything for my fancy sword?
You don't seem to. In fact,
Okay.
it seems to not be very effective against this stone creature. But the target, by the way, is ascending armor class 17. Father
Oh my
Bloombad
God.
hits. You do 5 damage. Now, Kayden, you do 10, or you 10 to hit, so you miss. So you, does 5. Where's my pencil? Well,
The dog misses you.
I'd be
sometimes this
amazed
is good,
if the dog
sometimes
could deal
it's
damage
bad.
to this stone bat.
And for once, it worked out pretty good for you guys. All right, you do 5 damage. Father Bloombad, roll a d6 for initiative again.
All right.
You got to beat a 6.
Nope.
It attacks Brother Kayden. It misses. Everybody can attack it again. You hit it for 2 damage.
Oh my gosh.
One in.
Everybody else's misses. Roll another d6.
That may be the most disappointing.
You gotta
roll
get a
I've ever
6.
seen in my
Oh, the
life.
dog hit.
The dog hit?
All right, how much damage did the dog do?
5.
5 damage. Okay. The dog piles into it and then knocks it down and keeps it from flying. And Father Bloombad, you come up and you crush its head, and then you shatter it, making bits of stone fly everywhere. Chunks of the stone fly up all around you, and then after it's dead for a while, you feel the stone fragments like vibrate along the floor as if the room's vibrating, but it's not. And then all of a sudden it coalesces and flies into a thing and just goes back up into the shield, into the form of a bat.
Oh.
Nothing seems to happen.
All right.
What are the odds if we throw another rock in the pool that happens again? I'm not saying we should, but
I mean, we killed it. We might as well check the pool.
Actually, I should clarify. I'm sorry. It does not just coalesce and go right to the shield, but bits of it slowly start to form up on the shield. it seems like it'll take a while before it completely
Okay, so we've got
forms.
some time.
Yeah,
Is the shield made out of metal or stone?
stone. It
What
appears
about the
to be.
maul?
Stone.
Okay.
This water, actually, you know what? Uba goes over and touches the water. It's not coalesced yet, like it's not back together, so she puts her hand in the water.
Put your hand in the water. Nothing seems to happen except you get muck all over your hand from the algae and stuff.
Okay, she says, so how long does it look like it's going to take before this thing recomposes?
An hour.
Okay. She takes off her outer, like her cloak and anything that's big. She's still wearing her clothes, but she takes off anything and she looks at everybody and she says, I'm going to jump in there and see if there's anything down there.
Okay.
And then she jumps in.
Okay, you jump into the pool, swim down to the bottom. It is disgusting, but you open your eyes under the water. You can see as it stings your eyes, probably 10 feet deep. You have to swim down, but you see scum along the bottom surface, but as well, also underneath the algae, glittering objects, hundreds of gold and silver pieces, probably thousands, as well.
Oh, wow.
On top of all the coins, the piles of coin, you see an old boot, and next to it a broken off tooth.
Don't touch the boot. You might get stuck down there.
Yeah, bring the boot.
Come back and detect magic later. She grabs a handful and she swims back up. Oh, and she pours it over the side and she says, "Get me a bag. Get some rope. I'll start. There's tons of it down there."
Yeah.
She says, "Someone get in here. Anybody who can swim, come in and help me."
All right. What do you do with
I'll help.
What do you do with the tooth and the boot?
Bring
You know
it.
what? Eventually, she'll scoop it up in a bed. She won't touch them, but she'll scoop it up in a sack when she's down there.
All right.
You should bring the tooth to Ullman.
The boot feels unusually heavy. The tooth seems to just be a tooth. But otherwise, you scoop up all the coins. It takes close to an hour because these are thousands of coins. You find 200 gold pieces and 1,000 silver pieces.
Yeah.
She works really hard at this to like impress everybody that she can do this stuff. Without everybody else's help. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, and then you get the boot in the sack and the tooth. Now, we're out of time, so you find yourself exhausted, and you return. Now, I'll say that you have to spend an extra day, but you get the body of Barra. You have to loop all the way back around, and go back through the dungeon to get him, but you do it.
Oh, we don't have to tell you the way out? Okay.
Well, you know it. I mean, yeah, so no. And since we're out of time, I won't do it. And I got to know before we go, what do you do with the boot in the sack?
Take it to get identified.
We should take Ullman.
Let's wait and I can detect magic the next day. We don't need Ullman now.
All right. You do not detect any magic on the boot.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, let's take it to get identified or something.
Take it to Ullman then, yeah. I'm not touching it though.
Well, Ullman is simply like, it's a boot, get it away from me. And he's
Take
like,
it to the church.
No one seems to want a stinky old boot that you found.
Okay, hold on.
Is there anything inside?
Why is it so heavy? It's unnaturally heavy, right?
Yes.
What's inside of it?
Do you check inside the boot?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Maybe there's metal.
Turn it
Keep
upside
it out,
down,
right?
try to
Is it
dump
just
it.
full of water?
you dump out the boot, and there is
a butter
a
knife. We're completing our silverware set.
there is a pristine diamond and a huge one inside the boot worth 1,000 gold pieces.
All right.
Oh.
Yay.
That'll end the session for the night.